Hello, if you are new here, please subscribe. Also leave a like and share and turn on notifications. I do have a goal of 1,000 subscribers. If I do reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a phenomenal giveaway. So I appreciate you checking out my channel, and I appreciate all the support. Hello everyone, this is Straight to the Point Tech. Back again here with a new video. I know it's been a while since y'all saw my face. But today I figure I'd do a video and review the Xbox Showcase. A lot of excitement, a lot of new games coming out soon. So I definitely want to touch bases what happened. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. All right, so I really want to talk about, I don't want to make this video too long, but I really want to talk about my top 5 things that I admired or love, per se, about the Xbox Showcase. And how proud of Xbox I am, particularly because we know in the past couple of years they've been facing hardship as far as a sales perspective, competing against Nintendo, competing against Sony, trying to get up there in sales, but they just haven't been able to do it. Not from a perspective of that they have a, terrible console, given there are multiple iterations of it. It's just they haven't been able to, I guess, bullseye the market with console sales and, games coming out. So they figure out a way to reinvent themselves. And that's really what I want to highlight, particularly talking about this showcase. All right, so number one, probably the biggest elephant in the room, the Microsoft ROG Ally Xbox, or the Xbox ROG Ally X. Number one, let's talk about it. Okay, so as you all know, handheld gaming has become the new thing. A lot of people have been able to get their hands on and understand the importance of handheld gaming. It's very convenient. Maybe not as powerful as a base PS5 console or a base Xbox console, but it gets the job done enough, especially for those busy parents, moms, dads, or, travelers who really don't have time to sit in front of their console, whether it be Xbox, PlayStation, or a gaming PC or whatever, right? So handheld gaming is getting very competitive to the point where every company is starting to at least try to release their own iteration of the handheld console. So we already got the PlayStation Portable by Sony, which is, supposed to emulate the PS5. Now, it's not a traditional handheld, meaning it doesn't have, its own custom OS and everything like that. But its whole goal is to emulate, the PS5, right? Then we've got, now coming soon, the ROG Ally Xbox X, or whichever way you want to flip it, from Microsoft. So right now it's getting very competitive. Granted, you have the Steam Deck OLED, which is in its own lane. So we've got a lot of competition coming. And I just feel like that was just really one of the, largest highlights, being the fact that Microsoft and Steam have been talking about this integration for a very long time. So yeah, Microsoft and Steam have been talking about integrating for a very long time. Particularly the Steam OS being available to the Microsoft Xbox. And it's exciting, and I don't think some really understand the magnitude of importance it is for the Steam platform to be able to work on the Microsoft Xbox console, for the simple fact that we've known since the year 2001 the actual base Microsoft Xbox console, right? The very first one, the base one, no particular modded, the base console itself was very strong. It was 2 times more powerful than the PlayStation 2. And yeah, as I was saying, so we all know that the original Xbox was 2 times stronger than the original PS2. So we knew the potential of Microsoft way back then. I mean, you could take Max Payne, the original, and put it side by side versus the You could put the PlayStation 2 version of Max Payne side by side with the Xbox version of Max Payne. The Xbox version blew it out of the water. I mean, I could tell from then, and I was a young kid, like the frames per second were better, the visual textures and quality was better. That's because the actual Xbox console itself had a higher CPU and GPU clock versus the PlayStation 2. So we already knew, the greatness that Xbox pretty much, showed back then. But yeah, so the ROG Ally Xbox X is going to be huge because I feel like that's going to catapult and start the beginning of Steam OS being available on a Microsoft platform, or you being able to use multi-platforms. I don't know how they're going to do it from a technological perspective, but I believe that it's going to work, and this is just trouble for Sony, in my opinion, moving forward in the future. Next, I want to talk about the fighting game Invincible, which is a 2D tag fighter. It's a 3 versus 3. It looks, similar to Marvel versus Capcom. Like, if you're familiar with the Marvel versus Capcom series or 3 versus 3 tag fighting, but particularly that genre in that game, it looks, like Marvel versus Capcom. I mean, I'm wondering if some of the same developers or previous developers that worked on those games, like the Marvel vs. Capcom series, is working on this particular game. But it looks great. I think it's good for the fighting community, just for the simple fact that during the PlayStation showcase, I can't remember the name of it, but I believe it's a Marvel game, but it's a Marvel 3 versus 3 or 2v2. I think it's Marvel 3 versus 3 tag fighting game that has similar elements to Marvel vs. Capcom. So I just feel like there's competition there. This is great for the fighting game genre. I just feel like the fighting game genre has been extremely sour as of late. Street Fighter 6, I mean, I guess it's doing okay. I'm a big Tekken fan, but I fell out of love with Tekken rather after Tekken 6. Tekken 7 really didn't do it for me. With the introduction of Akuma, I thought Namco was going to evolve into maybe like, the Tekken versus Street Fighter series, which is a project they were supposed to be working on going way back to 15 years ago, 2010. But they shelved the project, or either it's just on pause, which I don't know why, because it would be big for the fighting game community right now. So, that's on pause. So we, I guess can continue to dwell and think, whatever. But that Invincible 2D fighter game, it looks good, it looks great. I mean, the fighting system looks great. So I think that'll be, competition moving forward for, that Marvel fighting game and then any other tag systems. It's great. Next, I want to talk about that Mudang 2 Hearts, that Korean action game. That game looks incredible. Like, graphically, that game looks phenomenal. Like, I just kept looking at it in hopes to rewind it, but obviously I couldn't because it was a live show. But that game looks great. It's a stealth action thriller. The gunplay, the gameplay, I mean, everything, like the fighting system, the stealth fighting system. It's not like Metal Gear. It's not like Splinter Cell. It's like nothing that, some of us have ever seen. And I'm just talking about from a dynamics perspective. That game looks incredible. I'm very excited for that game. I think that game will be a knockout. I feel like with Metal Gear not having a lot of competition, and Splinter Cell just kind of being, one of those forgotten games, there aren't enough stealth games. And I'm talking about stealth knock it out the park games. So I just feel like, this is like a mix in a bunch, but a great mix. And I think that game will be, a top seller in the future. I feel like Eastern developers are really like knocking it out the park this year. So there's a lot of competition, and I hope that game does well. I'll be definitely picking it up, and I'm pretty sure it's great. I won't even have to question about it. The next one, Ninja Gaiden 4. Now, I've been a Ninja Gaiden fan since NES days. I'm showing my age. Since NES, since like the early 90s. So without a question, I thought that the Ninja Gaiden series was DOA. Like, you know, when they announced Ninja Gaiden 4, we just knew it was a rumor, but we didn't see the gameplay. But once I actually saw the gameplay, I was like, okay, we have a new character. Ryu Hayabusa is returning, but they're going back to their roots, and you can tell the Eastern developers, they all piggyback off of each other when it comes to ideas. I mean, the sheer amount of action RPG games, if you want to call them rather, or Souls like, I mean, you're starting to see all of them piggyback off each other. I wouldn't say copy, but you know, you get that, like, you get the same kind of sprites looking, you get the same kind of animations. The level up systems are the same. They're just all doing it in their own way, and I think it's great for the genre. I feel like Western developers, you know, haven't really like been hitting the nail on the head for a long time. So the Eastern developers, like, they know what fans want, and I just feel like, you know, Ninja Gaiden 4 is one of those games where, you know, one of those games that I've been looking forward to for years, specifically because three was very mediocre. It was lackluster. Ninja Gaiden 2, I liked it. There could have been more, but like I said, 3 was just 4. This one looks promising, and I'm excited about it. You know, I'm excited to learn more about it. The gameplay looks good. I feel like it's going to be a knockout the park for sure. Next, I want to talk about Bloober's Sci-Fi Chronos. That game looks dope. Like, I thought that it was a Dead Space. I thought it was a Dead Space game, like a new Dead Space game or Dead Space remaster, whatever. Like, because I was looking at the gameplay, I was looking at the monsters, and the enemies look similar to Dead Space. So I was just like, I mean, it looked like Dead Space. I mean, that's all I can really say about it. I don't know, you know. But the gameplay looked really good. The shooting mechanics looked good. The graphics look really good. The detail, the textures, that game looked really good. And I feel like that is another game that will be a knockout. So I look forward to it. I feel like, you know, there isn't a lot of alien style third or first person shooters. I mean, granted, you have Dead Space and you have maybe one or two others, but there aren't really a lot, like, you know, so it's really good. Like, the market is saturated with zombie apocalyptic shooters, so we don't need those. But I feel like Chronos is basically introductory into that type of series that we need, and it looks good. And, you know, I hope the best for that game and, you know, the studio, and I'll definitely be picking up. You know, I'm pretty sure it'll be good. And then finally, I want to talk about Fate's End. That game is beautiful. I mean, the colors were popping, the action and animation, the fast transitions that was going on during the gameplay. That game looks really good. I feel like that genre as well, like that pop artistic style, animated type of style of game, it exists every so often on each console. There aren't many. That look really good. I feel like the studio took its time as far as like detail. And that's the thing. That's the difference between major studios who are established and then indie developers, right? Who are really trying to like get their feet off the ground and become known. Like, you can tell they put their heart and soul into this product by making it not only look good, but showcasing the gameplay, the fluidity of it, and where they are as far as the project. And I think that game will be great, and I look forward to playing it. It's one of those things where, like, I feel like the action adventure genre, you can never have enough action adventure games, period. The problem is a lot of developers fail to add like the icing on the cake. It's either like the gameplay is good but the story is lackluster, or the story is good but the gameplay is lackluster. So I feel like with this game, it seems like it's promising, and I feel like between the story and the gameplay perspective, I feel like it's going to be even, and it'll be like a top seller. It'll be a great game, and, you know, I look forward to playing it in the future for sure. All right, but there you have it, folks. I appreciate y'all support. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, if you're new here checking on my videos, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when the next video is coming. Like I said, my goal is 1,000 subscribers. So once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a great giveaway. If you are new to this channel, definitely check out my older videos. I have pretty much, you know, all of the most popular handheld consoles that are available out. I have, you know, all the major consoles, including the gaming PC. So you never know which one I might be giving to you. So just please make sure, again, you subscribe, like, share, turn on your notifications, and, you know, comment as well. Let me know what you would like to see, you know, as far as like future videos. And, you know, my next video coming. So we have the Intel MSI Claw 8 AI Plus, which I'll be doing a video on the latest drivers and, you know, updates for this. This thing has gotten 10 times stronger since my last couple videos, especially with a new GPU update that came out from Intel recently. So we'll go over that in the next video, and I'll do some game tests and show you what it's about. But this is Straight to the Point Tech. I'm out. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace out.